Welcome back to 5 Acres Honey Farm. I'm Tara Lynn, and I have a few things that I wanted to share that I'm doing a little bit differently with my honey sales this year, and also some ideas, things that I'm not doing, but I think that are really interesting that I see other beekeepers do. Something that is not too new for me, I've done it ever since I've bottled honey, is that on my 1 pound jars, I always have a poem on the back, and I've been collecting those poems, and I have other poems that I've been putting together into a collection. But this year I have 2 pound jars for the first time. So a lot of folks were buying multiple 1 pound jars last year just for themselves. So it just seemed like this would be a really good fit. It's less materials for me and in general, for just, putting into the environment if folks just need 1 jar instead of 2 for every jar of honey that they need. So I'm doing these. These are not labeled yet, but I just started bottling this week. So I will be putting, a poem on the back of my 2 pound jars as well. The other thing that I'm doing for this new size is that anyone who is buying a 2 pound jar of honey is going to get a redbud tree seedling. Been potting up redbud seedlings from around our property into a soilless solution. I'm using cocoa coir, and I will be giving those with every honey jar purchase. The other thing that I'm doing, which I am more excited about than giving away the trees, which I'll do a separate video about trees for bees because it's something that's really important to me. But I have been wanting t-shirts for a while, so I ordered a few different t-shirts, actually same t-shirt but different sizes, because I wanted to see how they fit. So this is a small. I wore the medium last week. I wore this small yesterday, and I personally like both of them, but it just gave me a good idea for like what I could suggest to folks if they were curious about the sizing. So I'm offering these with every 10 pack case of 1 pound jars. The person will get a t-shirt. These are also available for sale as well. I just did a fairly plain design that I had multiple designs that I had set up for voting on Instagram. So everyone selected this as their favorite design out of those. The other thing that I'm doing new this year, and kind of tying into something that's a tradition for me, is that for anyone who buys honey from me, I write a handwritten thank you note to them. And this year I spent some time over the winter, and I'll share a better image of this so you can see. I spent some time over the winter developing my own personalized cards with photos from around our little hobby farm. So I have got photos of the bees, the honey, some of the plants, got a puppy here hanging out, and it just came out really nice. I'm really happy with it. I can customize the inside, so if I wanted to write or have it pre-printed with a thank you note, I could do that. I personally just prefer the personal touch of a handwritten note, be able to write my handwritten notes in here. The other thing that I ordered some sample stickers to see how I liked them. They're fairly basic, so I just ordered this 1 sheet. So I'm gonna kind of give them out and gauge interest and see. I'd like to be a little bit more creative about stickers over this coming winter. I don't know about you, but I spend more money on stickers as an adult than I would ever imagine that I would do. And I have on my seed collection, it's just plastered with stickers from all different, different farms, different places and restaurants and things, garden companies. And I'm always looking at them when we're at shops and seeing like which ones do I like. I also plaster my travel coffee mugs with them as well. So I thought this was a nice way of tapping into that need, well, maybe not really a need, but that desire that I feel a lot of folks have nowadays, including myself. So these I'm just gonna give away this year and just kind of, like I said, gauge interest and see, like, is this something, do folks like these? I was thinking maybe, and this kind of ties into would it be tacky if I put my poems on the stickers? I have to think about that, or maybe some excerpts of the poems. It's just something kind of in the back of my mind. So those are some things that I'm doing that are a little different than years past. I see some beekeepers doing some really creative things with like CBD honey, and doing some more value-added products. Creamed honeys, herbal honeys, all of those too are some great value-added products too that I think would be like fun long-term things to play with, like down the road. But just given how much capacity I have during the summer between everything else besides the bees that I'm juggling, I don't really see that happening. So I'm trying to just slowly over time add on something. Instead of just adding one thing this year, obviously I added several, like all at once. We'll see how they go, and then this winter maybe I'll add 3 or 4 new things and just keep it going. And it's also like the t-shirts, you know, that might be something that, you know, once I sell out of honey, that's a t-shirt is something that I could offer year round. I'm just gonna see how much demand there is for things like that. I'm also thinking of some other t-shirt designs so that you know, every year we could have something different. You know, this is kind of like it's just a basic, you know, let's see how it goes kind of thing, and a little pilot. I don't know about you, I'm just looking at the shirt now, but I personally chose white intentionally because t-shirts in the summertime for me, I want to be comfortable and I want them to be a little bit breathable, and I don't want to be in like a dark colored t-shirt in the summer too often, and that's why I chose white. But when my husband saw that, he's like, why did you do that? A white shirt? Because someone like him who's like going in his garage all the time, he's going to make a white shirt dirty very quickly. So the other thing too is that the color, you know, of my labels and of the and I want to say logo really, because I don't really have a logo per se, is, you know, such a lighter neutral color that I think like the only other color that would look good with this as a background would be like a dark, maybe like a navy blue or something, and I just don't see any other lighter colors contrasting well with it unless the whole shirt was this, you know, brownish neutral color, and then the actual name was in white. Maybe something down the road, but again, that's part of what trying it out this year is, to get that feedback from folks. And, you know, if they're not ordering shirts, then I can ask, like, is there a certain reason? Is it the color? So just kind of learn from that. Are you doing anything different this year with your honey sales and, you know, trying to think outside the box or be a little creative? I'd love to learn more. I actually have another video I'm planning to do all about different value-added products and services that beekeepers can offer when they're marketing themselves, and I'll get that ready hopefully soon.